Hello everyone, my name's Steph, welcome to Steph's Antics, and today we'll be looking through my ephemera collection. I will be talking about how I organize everything, what kind of things I like to collect, and any tips on how you guys can maybe increase your ephemera collection for free. And I hope you find this video helpful. So to start off with, I have this big A4 notebook. The reason I ended up using this as an ephemera collection book is predominantly because the binding was kind of not the sturdiest, and I didn't think it would really hold up as like a regular journal, but obviously as not to waste it, a really good way to use it is I started sticking in the ephemera I've collected. So the way I basically collect everything is, if I have a piece of paper or a piece of ephemera I really like, I would just put a small dab of glue stick on it. You're not looking to actually fully glue it on the page because you want to be able to tear it off. Now you are going to get a little bit of damage to the page. So I imagine like over a long span of time, your notebook will probably end up getting fairly ruined from it. But overall, this will last you for quite a while. And the whole point of this is just to use like a very cheap notebook or a notebook that otherwise would have been thrown away anyway. As you can see, like the binding it was kind of damaged here anyway. So this is a really good way to use up like a cheap, quote unquote, cheap, trashy notebook kind of thing. Things I like to collect is like paper scraps of certain colors I like. I've got ephemera from various books that I got from the charity shops. I have like random bits of packaging things. I keep all of my stationery packaging. Now my ephemera collection is quite extensive because my favorite thing to do is upcycling and reusing things that like were free or, weren't set stationery, right? I really love doing that. So this is from like a chocolate box. These are still from those books. This is a book I'm currently working my way through that I've had for a long time. I tried to sell, couldn't sell it. Decided to turn it into ephemera instead. I believe it's like a Harry Potter book. Yeah, so like these are like tissue boxes and just bits of scraps from Easter eggs, and I just keep them all, and then eventually I find ways to use them in an efficient and decorative way, and I really, really love doing that. I think when we get a bit further into the video, I'll probably show some of my favorite spreads that use predominant ephemera. So these are like little bits from books still. This is from a Disney book that I also got from the charity shop. A washi tape box, a candy wrapper. Like, it's just a really great way to keep everything organized and to just see what you have. So if I know I'm doing a pink spread, I can go, oh, look, I've got all these like bits of pink card that I can use. I've got this like lettering, I've got these. Some of these came in like sticker packs. But most of these are just like found ephemera. So most of them aren't bought. Most of them are just, like with the exception of these like classic card things, I bought like a big batch of 12 books for like £12. But everything else is like packaging and bits of scrap paper from various places. And I prefer it that way. Some of these are from like sticker collecting things. Like I bought like a big bundle of stationery from people. So I do have some scraps of paper that are from that. This is from like an old childhood book that didn't have anything on it. Just bits of, brown paper I want to use for scrap. This is from like a paper collection bundle. This is just a straight up Easter egg. Like, I'm hoping to use this in Easter. These are all like the business cards I got from various artists, as well as some stationery packaging I'm hoping to use at some point. And I am actually getting through this. Like, surprisingly enough, you go through it a lot quicker than you think. Just bits from newspapers. This is from a Kinder Egg. Like, you can really use anything, like receipts and things I want to stick in at some point. Now, what I would recommend is I would put in ephemera that maybe doesn't have a specific date or you don't have a specific purpose for yet. So if I know I want to be using something to signify a certain day, I will put that aside to put into my journal straight away. But if I have random decorative stuff that, I would like to use at some point for a random spread, then I know where to go, Bits of scrap part card. I have a lot of these. I also have a lot of card that I've collected over the years to reuse in Etsy packaging that I've recently like repurposed for journaling as well. And I find that a really good way to do that as well. These are from like old notebooks. You can use like origami paper if you want. Honestly, like you can get really creative with these things. But like my favorite thing to use is still just packaging, especially stationery packaging, because it's often really cute. And yeah, I love using stuff like that, just like random receipts. I use like Maltesers bits of like wrapping paper because it's shiny and I'm a magpie. I'll show a couple of ways I've used that. You probably see it in my journals a lot because I have a lot of these Malteser wrappers. I went through like a weird phase where I was like eating a lot of truffles. I think it's because I ordered a Malteser Easter egg and then I ate the truffles in that and then I got addicted to the Maltesers and I couldn't stop eating Malteser chocolate for a while. Oh gosh, see, like I've got loads of them. I've got quite a few to get through still. But yeah, these are all from like newspapers and bits of card from like packaging and yeah, there's like a lot, you know? It doesn't need to be anything fancy. Like you can just grab trash. You could repurpose your beautiful trash. Like if you see packaging on a product and you think, wow, that's actually kind of pretty, take it. Put it in your journal. It's free stationery. Like if you have stuff from a trip, even better. Like I know people purposely collect stuff from trips and things like that because that makes sense, right? You want to be able to commemorate the trip. But you can just do that with your everyday to-day stuff. And you'll find that you'll have a lot less need for buying stationery and things because you actually have things you can decorate with. You'd be surprised how you can use things. Like for example, just like a random bit of, like for example, this random bit of paper, right? I could cut this into tiny strips and use it as washi tape. I could find a really interesting bit of an image and I could use that for like a little corner strip, right? I can make like a little mini collage. There's so much you can do with ephemera that there's no point wasting it. And I find that putting them in like an A4 book like this is such an efficient way, and it keeps everything in one place. You can look through it and, you know, it keeps it all compact. So you don't have like stuff and trash everywhere. And yeah, I like it. I mean, of course, there's going to be a limit to how much you should have, but I have quite a lot and it fits in a relatively small collection. So just random scraps of paper, things from my book still. That's from like a packaging box. That's from Greg's meal. I just thought that the card looked interesting. Some random notes I've taken that I'd like to like, you know, reference at some point. But yeah, this is like the first book. I have another one. So this one I specifically bought for the purpose of putting ephemera in. I bought it for £1 at like a reduced sale in Raymond's or Ryman's, whatever. And I knew that I was going to use it for ephemera, right? I would really recommend you use like a cheap whatever notebook, you know? Because you're not going to be using this for... have I opened it the wrong way around? No, because you're not going to be using it for anything fancy, right? You're just sticking shit in it, and when you pull it out, you might damage the pages a little bit. So, you know, you got to keep that in mind. I won't use a nice notebook for it, but... You know, if you just get a cheap £1 notebook, you can collect all your stuff, and I honestly think you'd save so much money. Plus, upcycling is better for the planet because you don't have to use any energy to like recreate stuff, and I think that's pretty awesome. So yeah, just like my favorite chocolate that I'm going to be using at some spread at some point. This is like when I was really into weightlifting for a while. Just some packaging stuff. Sometimes I just put it in here because I know I'm going to be using it soon, you know, and I don't want to waste it. Like there is tissue paper in here. A lot, like I said, a lot of this is card, right? That I like saved for the backing of stickers, right? For Etsy orders and things. And I'm really excited to use it because there's just a lot of ways you can reuse stuff. And if you have like an old book or something that maybe is damaged, or, you know, you've tried selling it, you can't sell it, or maybe you just, you know, you like the images in it, but you don't like the book itself, you can just repurpose those images and put them in your journal. Like there is so much you can do that are free, presuming you have some things in your house. Like you can just use anything, like a Malteser box, you know, a Kit Kat box. It really doesn't matter. And I think it's kind of awesome to be able to do that, you know. But like I said, it does like damage the page a little bit. And I would recommend you stick it with the side up of the image you want the most. So if it's like a double-sided page, you might damage the back a little bit where you put the glue. So just be aware of that, I suppose. But yeah, these are all from like the vintage books I had that like a kid scribbled on. So this is from that Harry Potter book. I hope to like use this at some point. Hold on, let me just, yeah. I'm hoping to stick that in at some point. It's a really old book I've had for like a really long time. This is just from a sticker box. I actually like have more than what I'm showing here. I have like a bit more. But like I'm slowly filling up these books and I'm slowly like reducing my collection that isn't in the books. So there isn't much beyond this, unless I count on my notepad sticky notes and stuff. But I'm kind of trying to focus on like repurposed ephemera type items here. But yeah, like just bits of paper and notes and, you know, there's just all sorts of ways you can use it. And I think that's really awesome. I'd love to like maybe do like a tutorial or teach people like how to use stuff in an efficient way. Like I got this from a Papershare freebie. I absolutely love Papershare and I've just saved that because I know at some point I'm going to have an amazing like brown spread and it's going to go perfectly there. That's from the theme park. That's from pizza. I really like this pizza and so I saved the paper. Obviously don't save the bit that have food stuff on it. Like try to save a clean bit. But if you have a clean bit, you can save that. And it's awesome. See, there's a Papershire tissue paper I'm planning to reuse at some point. That's literally from like a Yellow Pages kind of thing. More tissue paper, more pizza. I have quite a lot of brown paper in here too from like Amazon boxes. That's like a leftover from like a party hat for my birthday that I'm hoping to reuse at some point. I want to use this clear part of this box so I can maybe put something underneath. I love doing that as well, you know, so it just feels a little bit more interactive and layered. Oh, this is coming off a little bit, but that's okay. I'll sort that out later. Yeah, just so you can have some interesting shapes. This is from a, my boyfriend bought the Liberty Prime Fallout figure, and I basically took his box and cut it up. So I have like bits from his box now. That's just from a H&M Reviews and Customs. Some more birthday stuff. Another business card is a tag. Another tag. And these are just like little scraps from my life, you know. And some things are bought specifically to be ephemera, but a lot of it is just for my day-to-day. And I think if you decorate with ephemera from your day-to-day, then not only like are you saving yourself money, but you're also decorating with things that are gonna like invoke even more memories, right? Like if I decorate with like the pizza paper, for example, I'm not just decorating with random brown paper. I'm decorating with brown paper that reminds me of my favorite pizza. You know, and I think that adds like another layer of joy and memories to stuff. Like this, for example, that's from a Canty Asti champagne drink that my boyfriend's mom bought for me for my birthday. But it's also really shiny and pretty. Glyco. So those are from those like Japanese Pocky snacks, right? But it also makes really good shiny decoration. I got some like Pokemon stuff from like when they were doing it at McDonald's, and I think the rest of this is just like leftover paper. I got that big Liberty Prime there that I'd like to use. But yeah, I'm probably going to show off some of my favorite spreads using ephemera now. So if you're ready, here we go. Okay, so here's an example. So this was a orange Tic Tac packaging that I thought were really interesting. Then I used it with a combination of Papershare stickers and just some random like orange scrap that I'd gotten from some packaging, right? And I just wrote on top of it, and I think it makes a really interesting spread. Here I used a random rubber glove packaging because it had like little flowers on it, and I just put like a little card from a stationery backing in here to write some private notes, which I think works really well. So this is from my current journal. It's like a little sneak peek, I guess. But this is just a random file divider paper scrap, right? Pink one. This is from a sticker packaging. This is also from a sticker packaging. And this is just a bit of tape left over from Papershire. The only thing on this whole page that is like new is like this sticker, these two stickers, and this one strip of washi tape. But I think it looks super cute, right? Oh, I guess this tiny heart too. Right? Like I decorated this whole page with stuff that well, it wasn't free because I bought the stickers, but like the packaging itself would have gone in the bin, but instead I reused it, right? Here's another spread from my current journal. I think this one's really fun. It's a little bit messier, but I really liked how I reused the Starbucks coin that I got for my birthday. And this like reduce, reuse, recycle spread. And yeah, I had like these like Disney minifigure packaging that reminds me of when we went to the airport. And yeah, I just think it's really fun to work this way. Here is another example. I just used an old Ryman's receipt, some paper scraps from like a book page, like a backing that was like ripped up too much. And then I used a old like candle label that I tried tearing off, but it didn't work out very well. And because it had that clear area underneath, I wrote like some note underneath. And then I just used some of that Malteser scrap mixed with a random orange scrap from the Gorilla Tape, mixed with some random brown paper, and then some Hello Kitty stickers. And I just think that working in this way is really fun, and it adds so much personality and so much of your day-to-day life to your journals, you know? Now, finally, I'm just going to show you another 2 ways I store my ephemera. So these I've actually only recently implemented, and essentially they're like themed based on the season. So I've kind of put some stuff aside. This is for a project I have in mind that I will reveal another time. This is ready to go for Halloween. So I put all my Halloween based ephemera and scraps and things like sticker backings and some stickers I printed and like old art prints that failed and all sorts of things like that ready to go for Halloween. And I'm very excited, like some old photos and things that I think will go really well. And then this front one is just my Christmas stuff. So I have like Christmas cards, Christmas stickers, random New Year bits like from last year, and just all sorts. I also have this little tray of all the little bits. So I have any like really small scraps that I want to reuse up soon that I think will get lost in like a giant pile, I will just put it into this little box. So I know that I was planning to use some of this, but this can probably go into the book. But yeah, just like little bits of paper scraps, like random bits of shiny stuff. I really like this one. Some more chocolate. Like letter things I've cut out. I've got some wax seals. I'm still need to find a good way to use these. I might super glue them to a journal at some point if I get enough of them, because I've got a few. And I could probably make some myself because I've got a stamp set. But yeah, just like little bits of paper scraps that like I'm hoping to use up soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it, right? If you guys would like me to do any more like videos or anything like that, just kind of talking about how I use stuff, you know, I'd love to do that. Just let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. If you enjoyed all my content in general, I'd love it if you subscribed so you could see more of it. And if you don't want to miss another video, be sure to hit that bell. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye-bye.